you like me to call people up so they can see?
Yeah, we should ask people, if people want to come up and talk, we could do that
Give
too.
your hand a raise if you have a question to ask the mayor.
If we have a question?
Why don't you just shout from back there? By the way, we are joined by these two gentlemen at every town hall. The two questions you are about to hear have been asked of me approximately 25 times.
And just to encourage all of you to start being active in the government too and start asking more pointed questions, not low level but high level. My question concerns, since the Great Recession as we're calling it, it's a great collapse as I'm calling it, America's never going to come back to that corruption, I hope. But my point being is since 2007, you used to make 4.5 times more than the bottom 90% of citizens. Today, you make almost 6 times more than the bottom 90%. The council went making from 3 times more than the bottom 90% to 4 times more. My question used to be, will you lower your salary? Will you look into that? You ignorantly say no because you're not a good leader. I thought you were. But anyway, sorry, I don't mean, my question is, if you're not going to lower your salary, what are you going to do to stop that income inequality? Because you got another raise scheduled while we have another stagnant economy scheduled. So what are you going to do about it?
Yeah, so we were just talking, thank you. And we were just talking, okay, go ahead. Let's just get them both out of the way and then we can proceed. Oh, okay. Well, that's what we were just talking about. My focus is, by the way, I have 5 principles I apply to what I do. Public safety and health, number 1. Number 2, open, effective government. We need to be open and clear with you, spend your money wisely. Shared prosperity. How do we widen the circle of prosperity? How do we make sure more people have an opportunity to share in the prosperity that our city creates? Race and social justice. There are, in fact, lingering effects, and they're deep and real in how we treat people based on their backgrounds, and environmental sustainability. The issue of widening the circle of prosperity is why I was talking about education, pathways to careers, and the like. And how do we create local jobs that are good, high-paying jobs, family wage, living wage jobs for people, just a high priority. And when we look at how we spend our money, when you look at what I've cut in my budget, this is the hard thing. In good times, an elected leader gets to talk about everything, their new programs, right? I have to talk about what I've worked to save and protect and preserve. And to date, we've had deep cuts in our budget across multiple ways. We haven't cut human services. We've substantially maintained it. All of our parks and community centers are open, not as many hours as we'd like, but they're open. We've doubled our spending on education through the Families in Ed levy locally. We're examining how to better spend our money on education with money that's not Families in Ed levy, but other money. And programs that affect job training or youth development, I have put a circle around because I just believe it's so critical to our future and to addressing the issues you raise. And I would like us to think about, when we think about capital projects, can we spend in ways that create more jobs? If we can do something this way or that way, can we spend it in the way that creates more jobs? So maintaining local streets, turns out, creates more jobs per dollar than building a big new highway, because it just turns out it's more labor intensive. Green infrastructure is more labor intensive. Transit is more labor intensive, and it also saves people money in their pockets too if you build transit, because you don't have to spend as much on gas and vehicle ownership. So all of these things can help address some of these inequity issues we have with the way we spend. I can't do it with taxes because we're not allowed to do an income tax in this city or in this state.
If you could talk a little bit about public safety, I think that's an important